All right, Shalom. First, let me start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is just a clip. As you can see, it says unsealed warrant details plot to smuggle racine products to Iranian military. And this isn't the first time stuff like this has been in the news media, but us that's in the know that the U.S. used articles like this to persecute the prophets. They use I forgot the term, if I'm not mistaken. It's like agent provocateurs and whatnot, but they put stuff like this in the news media to justify them passing legislations to declare, like they declare that the U.S. citizens are terrorists. We got terrorists among us. And then when you look at the Israelites, you see the doctrine that we preach through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, that America is going to be destroyed. Esau is the devil. So on and so forth, man. And they passed legislations already. Little clips like this is just to help push out the agenda that's soon to come, which is the persecution of the prophets. Shalaki, bear with me. I'm trying to get it out. But this actually is one of my favorite books. Give me 1 second. This book is called Satan Angels Exposed. And I'm just going to bring out one of the points that I used to bring out all the time. It's called the sinister seduction of gradualism. Thus, the Fabian strategy is one of gradualism. Gradualism is the principle of seeking to achieve political changes or goals gradually, which one of the goals is to persecute the prophets. Because the prophets, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, is bringing out the truth, which is condemning this place, man. And the elites don't like it. It says one is reminded of the frog who is placed in a cool kettle of water on a stove. The frog has no fear. The water is gradually heated so slowly that the frog does not notice the temperature changes. He is lured into comfort of a false security until it is too late. Let me jump. It says television is the same way. In its infancy, television programming was clean and wholesome. Within a few short years, the sinister forces of Satan infiltrated. Gradually, a few curse words were allowed in their context. This paved the way for what is now considered by many X-rated television on all This paved the way for what is now considered by many X-rated television on all three major United States networks. And how they did it with Israel was Project Megiddo. That was already on the books. When I came in the truth, I found that out from the elders. Then the Patriot Act 1 and 2 slowly came after that, but they had to have the terrorist attacks of the Twin Towers to justify them going to the Middle East. And then the Patriot Act, then Obama furthered the Patriot Act, and they implemented more little clauses and whatnot. America became a battleground. The people became terrorists. Now they can spy on you and listen to your phone calls and, watch you through your phones and your televisions and everything. And a lot of this stuff was already probably on books. They just furthered it and furthered it for the time, so to speak. You know, but still in all, while all that was going on, the Lord had His men out there, starting from the apostles, and the elders that was teaching them on down, who was out there doing the work throughout these times, throughout the time they was passing these legislations while the men of the Lord were out there, and so they gradually was pushing for the agenda to persecute the prophets, and this is just a little clip showing that. But hold on, one more. All right, this is another point. It says, so it was that the Fabian society realized that the basic fault in man, that he was highly susceptible to invasion of new ideas via gradualism. And a lot of people fall for this. A lot of people don't, and that's another thing that they help and bring more chaos to pass by using this, because not only are we affected because it is about the Israelites, the other nations in the world are affected too, because they persecuting. If we look at it from another sense, they persecuting the Iranians because they want to go and take over their country and establish a new world order. But the Iranians that are over here in America and across the world are going through persecution also. But the ultimate agenda is to persecute the blacks, Latins, Native Americans, the Israelites, man. That's the spiritual sense of these clips. So I'm gonna play it.
Made in Racine to the Iranian Navy.
And it's getting closer. Well, I don't want to say it's getting closer to home, because we stay in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now we used to stay in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and prophesy in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We used to prophesy in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We prophesied in Racine, Wisconsin, and now we are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But with that being said, there's been other little terrorist acts happening within these little three cities, because the word is going out, and everybody's starting to see it manifest, and the elites know that they have a short time, so these clips is used to help further the agenda to persecute the prophets. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring out that scripture real quick, and then I'm gonna play this clip. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Talking about these people. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. Right, so the devil, Esau, is coming down by way of his legislations. His the moves that he's making. This is a move that he's making, man, because they know that they got a short time, man.
Investigative reporter Derek Rose is in the newsroom with that story. Derek?
Hey, Joyce, federal prosecutors wrapped up the case against Reza Tavan last year, but the documents unsealed today detail the plot they say was a danger to national security, and part of the investigative trail went right through Racine. Known for its marine products, Twin Disc in Racine is the exclusive maker of the ASD-14 Artisan surface drive, one of the most efficient marine propulsion systems in the world. It is that product which was the focus of a plot to smuggle the U.S.-made product to Iran and boost the power of a high-speed missile attack boat in the Iranian Navy. The man who tried to complete the task, Reza Tavan, a Turkish national. Search warrants now unsealed in the case show Tavan.
Right, now if you've been keeping up with Iran, Iran over the last couple years have been putting, like the scriptures say, beat your what is it? Plowshares into pruning hooks. Slakia. But what happened was the nations put their money into their military instead of their agriculture. And Iran's been boasting about its military might, its missiles are far more advanced than what they used to be. It's Navy ships, all of that, all that's been happening. They've been, coming. And one of the boasts that they had was that they were using their own technology. They didn't get any. They didn't get any help from the nations. Basically, they were able to. Their scientists were able to sit down and figure out how to advance their weaponry, and their military, and we know that's through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai to prepare them for this war. But that has been the boast of Iran. So Iran doesn't need any spies in the U.S. to help them with any military vehicles, this, that, and the other. This is just this is a setup, man.
Iran tried to send multiple drives to a Turkish front company, which had been labeled by the U.S. as supporting illicit Iranian actors. But federal agents managed to get their hands on invoices and emails to foil the plot. One message read, "We are directly procuring the artisans from America. Consequently, in their view, they will perceive that the project has never been realized." Agents arrested Tavan in Romania, and after extradition to Wisconsin, he pleaded guilty to speed up his deportation back to Turkey.
And Derek, when Tavan made that plea, he was not the only person facing charges in the case.
Yeah, he did have a co-defendant in this indictment, another Turkish national who at the time was still a fugitive. No answer, though, tonight from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Milwaukee on whether that other co-defendant is still on the run. Joyce?
All right, Derek Rose reporting live from the newsroom.
All right. All right, this is John chapter 15, verse 18. It says, "If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you." And this is Yahweh Shai. Because this world is not of Yahweh Shema Shai. It's not of the truth. It's not of the word, man. So it hates the righteousness of the Lord, man. So the prophets are being persecuted behind it, man. "If ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is no greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me." Right? So the prophets back then of old were being persecuted, man, from the Roman Empire or whatever empire they were in, and also from our own people. But like the scriptures say, we were supposed to be getting persecuted. It's because the servant is no greater than his master, man. All right, this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted." Right? So us brothers who are in this truth, Yahweh is our elect, and us doing the work for Yahweh Shema Shai in sincerity, we are blessed for being persecuted, because we coming in the name of Yahweh Shai, and we going through the same thing that he went through, man. That's how you know that. That's one of the ways you know that you're a prophet, if you're going through the same thing that Yahweh Shai was going through. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake," right? Because that's righteous. It's righteous what we're doing. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven, right? We're going to receive the kingdom of heaven, man. It says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. And that's what the news media is doing. That's what our own people are doing. So we're blessed. Rejoice and be glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. See? So everything that, that they put in this news media, all the persecutions that we go through throughout our daily life, as you can see, they really targeting the Israelite as a whole now, even though that there's different groups and whatnot, but the elites, they finding out who got the truth, man. But we're blessed, man. We're blessed for what we're going through, man, and we're gonna receive the kingdom of heaven for going through it. But with that being said, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.